Hey guys, welcome back to CJ's Keto Kitchen. My name is Sarah. If you are looking for home-style recipes made low-carb and ketogenic, then you've come to the right channel. And it's very cold outside, it is January, and soup sounds good. So I'm going to be making a Fiesta taco soup. So come along with me and I'll show you what you need. So soups, of course, are good any time of year. In fact, this is our middle daughter's very favorite soup, one of her very favorite foods, and she has requested it multiple years for her birthday, which is in July. So it really doesn't matter when you make this, it's always good. And this particular recipe feeds a lot of people, but of course you can always have it if you are just one or two people. So let me show you what you're going to need. So I have 2 pounds of ground meat. I have 1 pound of beef and 1 pound of turkey because turkey is less expensive right now, but you can use any kind of ground meat that you like. As I stated before, if you are feeding a smaller amount of people, you can go ahead and have this and only use 1 pound of ground meat. You're going to need a smaller can of tomato sauce. This is 8 ounces. You are going to need 2 cans of Rotel, which is diced tomatoes and green chilies. If you can't find this where you live, you can always just substitute it for the diced tomatoes and a can of green chilies. But it's a lot easier if you can do it this way. I'm going to be using beef broth here. I have about 4 tablespoons of taco seasoning. We have a taco seasoning recipe up on our blog if you would like to make your own. I have about 1/3 cup of diced onion. I am going to be using black soybeans. I have 2 cans here. If you don't want to put soybeans in, you can omit this. The soup would still be good, but we enjoy it. They're high in fiber and low in carbs. Another thing that I'm going to be putting into our Fiesta soup is nopales. Now, nopales is prickly pear cactus. It's very popular in the Sonoran Desert region, of course, in Mexico and the southern United States. But it is pickled in this case, and I have chopped it up a little bit. And then this is some that I have done myself. Prickly pear is, as it sounds, it is a cactus, and they sell it in farmers markets. We found ours at H Mart. They sell them in Mexican grocers, but of course you can buy them in a jar, just in your Mexican food aisle. They have different brands. So the reason that I'm using it here is CJ and I have had fun experimenting with it. It is a low carb, high fiber food, and it also is good for the regulation of blood sugar. So we've been enjoying it. It has a taste that's very similar to green chilies or even green beans or green pepper. It is not very strongly flavored, but it is a nice accompaniment to Mexican food. And since that's what we're making today, I'm going to be using some. The last ingredient I have here in my little squeeze bottle is some white vinegar. I'm going to be adding white vinegar when our soup is almost completely done cooking. The little bit of acid that this provides is very good for bringing out the flavors in our soup. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing that we are going to do is we are going to season our ground meat. So I just have my ground meat on low, and it has some of the original juices from, especially turkey has a little bit more residual juice, and I'm just going to go ahead and leave that in here because it's just going to add to the flavor of our soup. So now to our cooked meat, I'm going to go ahead and put our onion in. And I'm just going to kind of let that soften a little bit. I'm also going to add our taco seasoning at this point and season our meats. If you wanted to make this spicy, you absolutely could. You could add some jalapeno or some habanero, something like that, if you like your soup very spicy. And I'm just going to let this simmer for just a minute and incorporate, and then we will start adding our other ingredients. So I have let this simmer for just a minute to incorporate the onion and our seasoning. Now I'm going to go ahead and add our tomatoes and our tomato sauce. And go ahead and keep the juices that are found in the Rotel. I'm also going to go ahead and add our nopales. And once again, that's all nopales. Part of it was the kind from a jar, and then part of it was the one that I had processed earlier myself from the whole prickly pear cactus leaf. I'm just gonna let this incorporate a little bit, and then we will add our, okay, now I'm going to go ahead and add our beef broth. And in this container, it's about 4 cups of broth. So if you were using bouillon or something else and you wanted the water equivalent, it is about 4 cups. I am going to go ahead and cover this and let it simmer for about 15 to 20 minutes. And then we will add our beans, and then we should be ready to serve. Very quick and easy. Okay, it's been simmering for a few minutes. Now I'm going to go ahead and add the soybeans. Okay, I am going to put the lid back on this, and we're going to let it simmer for another 10 or 15 minutes. And then I'm going to add the splash of vinegar, and we'll be ready to eat. Okay, it's almost ready to serve, but I am going to go ahead and put a few squirts of vinegar in just to finish it before I serve. And I will probably let it cook for another, 2 to 3 minutes, just to get rid of the burst of vinegar and let it incorporate into the soup. All right, I'm just going to let that incorporate a little bit, and then I will serve it, and CJ will give us his opinion of the soup. Now, just like any kind of soup, you can garnish this however you'd like. You could put some low-carb tortilla chips in it, of course cheese, sour cream, whatever you like. Okay, here it is, our Fiesta taco soup, and we have a taste tester.
Hi.
Hi.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
All right, so we are back. We took a little hiatus around Christmas time. Had some serious conversations about the channel and keto and all kinds of stuff. But we are back with a delicious Fiesta soup. It looks good. I think one of the big things is the nopales. You can see some there. Honestly, when I eat the nopales, I get the texture a little bit, but doesn't have a really super strong flavor. And I really don't notice that much difference between the fresh and the pickled. So, anyway, that's an experiment here at our house. You don't have to have it in yours. But if you want to try something new, go for it. Anyway, here we go. That's good. I think I got all of the different things in there, the beans, the nopales, the tomatoes. It's a good combination. This is set overnight, and it's gotten better probably, because that's what soups do. And stews, that's what they do. Is this a soup or a stew?
It's a stoop.
A what?
It's a stoop.
All right, that's what stoops do. Anyway, I'm going to say something about stupid people, but
just keep it to yourself.
Anyway, sorry. Anyway, that's what stoops do. Get better as you let them sit. So this is good. This will be our dinner for tonight. And thanks for making it. Thanks for taking the time to do all of it. Bye.